Merry meet everyone, welcome back to My Pagan Life as always, and I'm sorry I have not made a video in like 2 weeks, but here you finally have one. I've been sick, but now I'm finally not, so that's a good thing. Just thank you to everyone who has been sending their positive vibes and blessings. Yeah. Today I want to share with you guys my favorite prosperity spell of all time. Probably not so much a spell as it is a spell box, or whatever you want to call it. So buckle up as I get ready to show you my favorite magical money saving box. Alright guys, so what I'm basically gonna do right now is that I'm going to show you my magical money saving box. However, I'm going to do it step by step. So I'm gonna start off by showing you the box and then slowly but steadily introducing you to the content of that box so that you get an idea of how to make your own box, what to include and what to have in your box, and so that you see what it looks like from start to finish. First and foremost, I'm going to show you my box, and do not get confused here. This is a box from JBL, and it just so happens to be the case or box of my portable Bluetooth speaker. Now, this has got nothing to do with any of that. I'm not sponsored by JBL. This is not a video about portable speakers, but this box is very practical, and so I have chosen this box in particular to use for this purpose. It doesn't matter what box you use, so long as it's a box that you like and feel comfortable using. If you already have a fancy box, feel free to use it, but if you don't, just use anything you have at your disposal, anything you like or feel comfortable with, basically. I really like this box because of the material it's made of. I like the shape, but probably the most important aspect is its opening mechanism, which is basically just one big flap, I guess you can say. And speaking of the materials that this box is made of, it actually has this foamy material on the inside, which another thing I just really like about it. But now that I've shown you the box, I basically just want to put that one away for a little bit and show you guys what will be in the box. I'm gonna start off by showing you this, which is probably the most original component in this box. This is a cinnamon stick with string around it. Cinnamon is a great herb for anything that has to do with power, success, and wealth, which is why I've chosen to include it in this box. And my reasoning for adding string onto this stick in such a way is not only do I want my item to symbolize the attraction of wealth, but also the keeping of wealth, because you don't only want to attract wealth, but you want to have wealth that you can keep so that you can actually use it for something you want or something good or whatever it may be. So for me, it's basically just a little bit of important symbolism, if you will. The next thing I want to show you is this thing, and as you can see, I've got most of it covered. This is a Visa card. This is a card I've owned and used before, but I am not using it anymore, and so I thought, why not add it to my box as a symbol of money and wealth in general? With that out of the way, I still have two things to show you, and the third component is coins. There's one thing I want you to note, however, and that is that even though I'm Norwegian and use Norwegian currency, these coins are actually not Norwegian at all. They are actually Japanese. And why would I include Japanese currency into my wealth box? Well, I was in Japan on vacation like a year ago, and we happened to have some leftover coins. And the genius thing about foreign currency in spells like this is that it still represents wealth and prosperity and all that stuff, but it's not like a currency that you are tempted to use. Just imagine me in a situation where I have little money left. In that situation, I would use those Norwegian coins even though they were originally there for, symbolic purposes. So the money versus the symbols themselves are two separate things. And finally, there's one last thing I want to show you, which is this crystal. This stone is a tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is a really good stone for anything that has to do with money, wealth, and success. And now that I've showed you all the components of the box, allow me to show you what this will look like in the actual box. For this video, I am not going to add the card that I showed you because A, it's very inconvenient, and B, I don't always add it to my box, but I'm gonna add everything else and show you what it looks like. There you have the cinnamon stick, the coins, and finally our trusty tiger's eye. And this is basically what the contents of the box looks like. Now you may ask, well, what do you do with this box? First of all, I highly recommend that you cleanse and charge the crystal or stone or whatever you want to call it that you're going to add to this box. You can then use the crystal to cleanse and charge every other component that's in the box. The cinnamon stick, the coins, the cards you use, whatever. And the last thing you do with this box is of course to add money to it. I've got some example cash right here. I'm just curious guys, what does paper money look like in your country? Because in Norway we have made our bills or like paper money very colorful, and this is basically what you do. You just put the money in the box, and the more money you get, the more you put in the box. My intention with this money box is to put in as much money as possible and save up to a certain point before I spend it. Think of this box as a safe. Whenever money enters this box, it stays in the box until you reach a certain goal where you can finally use it. Because of this mentality, I personally have been able to develop a pretty good habit, which is that if money is outside the box, I will tend to use it. But if I'm quick and put the money inside the box, I just don't feel like using it. Also, as I've just demonstrated, I only had paper money or paper bills in this box. I actually have a separate container for coins. It's totally fine to do the same concept with coins, but I like to separate coins from paper money or paper bills. And yeah guys, that basically does it for my magical money saving box. And that was it for today's video, guys. I want to know what you guys thought, so let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos and more content on this channel every week, unless I'm sick, of course. Just let me know what you thought of this box or this spell. Let me know what your favorite prosperity spells are, and until next time, guys, blessed be from my pagan life.